focus it over to that chair.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. Let me see, I'm doing her data dives. Okay. Well, when I looked at it, it looked super good, 92%. So tell me what you did. I mean, you went into first grade late.
Yes.
Like what, on a Thursday, and then you started on a Monday?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Started on Tuesday.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, even better.
There you go. You've got plenty of time. How did...
I don't know, it's been great. Like, at the same time, like, I'm kind of glad, like, switching. I feel like being in second grade, I would have been, like, too comfortable with it.
Complacent, yeah.
Like, otherwise being like, okay, well, starting all over again.
There we go.
And, I don't know, they've been really helpful, like, to know how I need to do things and...
Good. I know that they do a lot of planning together. Has that been super helpful?
It has been.
Good. Good. And so what do? Do they just share their flip charts with you?
Yeah, so like each of us have something that we're over. So Lydia does the math flip charts.
Okay.
I do literacy flip charts. Carla does writing flip charts. And Suzanne's in charge of homework and newsletter. Okay. So that's just...
And does that happen every week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you guys just trust each other to execute those flip charts. That's the biggest issue in PLCs, is being able to trust each other and know that you're going to create a flip chart that is rigorous and good. And
even like literacy flip charts that I create, like it's there, but it's not necessarily that I teach from it every day, because my kids would get so bored staring at the flip chart
doing the same thing
all the time. So it's there, like we review our words, but then we do other activities as well, besides just that.
Okay, and so then that's where the teacher gets to do their own thing.
But it's just like what Treasures has is on there. Right. So everything that we're going to need is on there. And then you guys can put your own spin on it. Yeah. So then do you do like, so when you say literacy, is that the phonics and phonemes plus the comprehension skills too? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, let's go into your data. When I looked, the only area that I saw was one-to-one correspondence, but what? Yeah. And that's mainly with Jaden and Jersey L. And even with working with them, like if they're trying to draw something out, and I'll have like Jersey L, like, okay, let's count it. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and like he cannot like touch and count. And
how do you develop that skill?
Lots of practice.
Just keep on doing it. So is he in tier 3? Who does he work with?
He works with Dave.
Okay.
So we have like very, very small intervention groups for the small kids right now. So Jersey L works with Dave, and as well as Jonna comes into my class. So like I have here.
Okay.
So Jonna comes in on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and she's going to work just solely on one-to-one correspondence. She's going to pull Jaden, Jersey L, and there's a few that are kind of iffy. Easer, he gets pulled for SPED.
Okay.
But
is he new to our school? Okay.
Yeah.
Is he yellow?
Yeah.
Super yellow?
He is. He has a speech impediment.
Oh.
So when he counts,
not only is he yellow in speech.
Kunky coo. Like, I have no idea what you're saying right now.
Show me with your finger. Oh,
like he can write his numbers. It's like his speech as well of being able to count it.
So he's speech and SPED.
Yeah.
And ELL.
Yep.
Okay. How many does he get SPED besides speech? Does he get?
Yeah. Okay. He gets pulled for literacy and math.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so you've got Jonna working twice a week on one-to-one.
Yeah, and then Laura comes in as well. She comes in early for centers.
Okay.
And I'm having her work on one-to-one as well as our story problems, which incorporates the one-to-one as well when they're trying to draw out.
With these same 2 kids?
Those as well as a few others. Like, the others passed their test, but just like on their day-to-day stuff.
Okay.
Like, the test wasn't super rigorous.
It's not very hard, is it?
It's like,
that's one thing.
Count the houses and stuff like that. So like on the stuff that we're doing day-to-day, I have a few more kids that aren't getting it when we go up to higher numbers. So they're being pulled as well. Did
you notice on the test, there were lots of one-to-one. So yeah, you've got the houses, but then did you notice any other one-to-one where they missed it and bombed it? Or were they pretty consistent with what they missed?
Jersey L, at the same time, he, in my class, doesn't have a huge attention span. Luckily, there was a lot of B answers, but he chose B, like, consistently throughout there. And
so you think that there was a lot of guessing going on when he nailed
one
of those?
Some of those, he does know it if he's, like, focused enough. But if he's not, like, really in it, he'll just go and click.
What do you see the difference in terms of him on the computer screen and counting the balls on the computer screen versus, you know, whatever chips or whatever, you have tactile versus the screen. Do you see a difference for any other kids too, including Jared?
The discs are a lot easier because they can move it over to their pile.
Sure.
They can see what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
And on the screen, you can't cross off what you've done. So it's just like based on your finger.
Yeah.
But for them, it's easiest if they can like move it over somewhere else. If they're stuck on a paper, even if they can cross it off sometimes, it's hard to keep going there.
It's hard, and then if they don't have enough fingers and toes to like cover it up on the screen, that's going to be tough. So tactile is easier, but we need to figure out how to make the transfer to the computer screen. Because that's one of the things that when we talk about vertical articulation with third grade, we notice that the third graders, there's a big jump. So first grade, we're reading them story problem by story problem, and then not moving until, you know, put your hands on your head, and then you go to the next one. You're doing it all together, and you do that in second grade too. And then in third grade, we just say, okay, log in, raise your hand if you have a problem. And they're going, and so they just start clicking away.
I can just imagine some of my kids from last year like, I'm just going to stare at this one for a long time.
Yeah, pretend like I'm really working hard. And so that's what we saw and you know, there's only the one standard in third grade, first quarter, and it's all just number sense. And it's not that they don't know how to do it, because it's really really easy problems. They just, I think it was the computer problem. So I need to work with first and second grade to figure out how to build that endurance and get used to the computer more, especially in second grade where we wean them off of reading it to them one by one and keeping them on track that way. So, to computer skills. Okay. What other uh-ohs did you notice? You have a couple highlighted.
These, a lot of them, like, my kids only missed like one or two besides Jerziel and Jaden. And so some of them, like, I'll retouch on it with them, but I think they got it. It's more, we did have, like, on here, I had a few of my ELL kids miss these because 10, 12, 14. Out. Yeah. Okay. Instead of having the numbers there. And so I'm not going to mark that as that they don't know that.
Right. That's going to be, now in your classroom, do you have the number one and then one spelled out?
I don't have
a
it spelled out.
Okay, let's get you one of those, spelled out the numbers. And that way you can at least refer to it often and get it, even if it's underneath your chalkboard, or not your chalkboard, but your whiteboard.
Yeah.
And then you can, you know, make sure that they're just seeing those letters are also represented, or those numbers are also represented by letters and words. So I'll get you one of those. Well, actually, why don't you get one that you like, and I won't take it out of your teacher budget. Okay, I'll just pay for that. So find one that you like, get it ordered, let's get it out. Okay. About paper charts, because that's going to be super important for our, especially our ELL kids, to recognize that those letters and numbers have a connection to. The only other one that I saw next was on number 12, and you have it marked there too. What comes next?
And the hardest thing is the way that it's worded.
Okay.
And I was thinking, like, I looked at this test a week beforehand.
Right.
But, because this is in
oh, because you hadn't seen it, because, oh,
like,
man.
Yeah.
Okay.
In second grade, that's how they ask it. What are the next three numbers in the count?
In the count.
And that's what threw them off, I think. Because, like, we've been going over, like, what comes next, but not in the count. It's like, I don't know. Yeah. So I think vocabulary hurt that one as well.
Well, and when you're administering the test, you can't say, what are the next?
The next one.
What comes next in the count? Okay. So we're going to have to pay attention on the second quarter one to see if there's any interesting phraseology, for lack of a better word, that we need to look at there. Did you, the most common answer, was it B?
It was, I had C was the most common one.
Oh, that's interesting, because I could understand B, because, you know, when you count, you go 40, 41, 42, 40, and so I could see them going, okay, 40, 41, 42.
Except for my two kids that did it, C, are both ADD.
Okay, so they were just, at this end of the test and they were done. So who are the ones that chose B? You probably only had one.
Easer.
Okay, and he's ELL, so who knows? Okay,
he
that's
did
interesting.
Quite well
that
on the test still.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like math, he does quite well in, like, it was being read to him.
Sure. So he has pretty good oral language skills then?
For listening.
Okay.
Speaking and reading, no. Or writing.
Speaking of that, all the literacy components, but he can hear it.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk language arts.
Okay.
What where we at? Nice job on the math. You are nailing it again. I'm so impressed that you were able to get what you were able to get in the short amount of time and turn that around. Incredible. Okay, where are we at?
So everyone mastered beginning sound.
Okay.
I have Justin missed one, and he's ELL at the very beginning.
Justin, is that
Pinto.
Pinto, okay. Yeah, he is definitely ELL.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. Okay.
And then ending sound, Jaden, Ezer, and Justin both did poorly. Jaden felt. He's one of the twins.
Okay.
And
the blonde.
Yeah, they all gave me the beginning sound.
Mm.
And so they're going to be working this term on what is the ending sound.
Well,
actually, Ezer just like tells me the beginning for everything. It's better than where we're at though. He's telling me the letter name at the beginning of the year. So now we've got the sound instead.
So are they in the same small reading group with you, and then they also go to interventions together, I'm guessing, because they have the same gap?
Because they're actually in different interventions.
Okay.
So I have Jaden is going, and he's going to work on his phonic and CVC words.
Okay.
Over that, because I think I can work on that with him.
Right, we're going to have to, because this is more of a tier 3 issue, this is now a tier 2.
Yeah.
Right, because they should have this down. Okay.
And because we've kind of moved on, Justin, like, this is something that I will just do. It won't be with an intervention teacher.
Okay. And then are they, who is doing, Lindy's doing
phonics and CVC words.
Okay. Okay.
And then, because, like, Jersey Elker literacy, he is going to be doing writing. He did fine on his punctuation.
That's awesome. So period at the end, and do you do periods, questions, and exclamations?
Yeah,
so
and on the test, it was only a period.
Okay.
I still, like, if they put an exclamation part, if it was like, look at the dog, like, it could still have been. So that one was still okay. But it was only periods that they asked on there. And then he missed a few words.
Okay.
And didn't capitalize. He capitalized one word.
But look at your class. That is awesome. Overall, they're really getting those 3 basic things.
Like, when she came into my class, I couldn't read anything she wrote.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, and look at the spacing and even up to the middle line.
Yeah.
What did you do? What was the difference?
They get stars on their paper when it looks wonderful, or flowers, or whatever else.
See, it doesn't take much.
Teacher, look it.
Okay.
Because even like Jackson, like he had very poor, but still, it looks much nicer.
Is that the other twin?
No.
Oh, okay.
Different.
Okay, different kid.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see a cat. To zoo? Is that supposed to be the zoo?
School.
Oh, school. Okay.
He didn't know how to spell school, so he just ended on Sue.
Sue sounds good.
Yeah, like they were just very neatly written.
That looks
to, like,
so good.
Like
my goodness, his name is worse than.
We have to work on our names, but other than that, because like, this is probably like my poorest handwriting, but I can still I can see a cat.
So then, is this dictation? You tell them what to write, and then they just read. That is amazing, though. They're really getting that down. That's great. What is the essential in writing for next term?
It is that they can write a main idea sentence.
Okay, so it's all original thought now. It's not just listening and dictation.
So like now we have how we write a sentence. Now we're gonna work on coming up with our own sentence.
And you're right. And you guys started that a couple of weeks ago, right? Because well, for sure last week.
We started from the very beginning with the dictation.
Oh,
and then we started talking about main idea. And this week we've started into writing our main idea.
Okay, because I watched Lydia teach, and her lesson plan was on main idea, and I think they were just starting to get
just the glimpse of what it is.
Yeah, and you guys. So are you guys you're creating the graphic organizers then?
We kind of just do that on our own.
Okay, that's part of
that
literacy piece where you guys develop it. Okay. So now we're getting into writing a main idea for the second term essential. Okay. Do you have anybody that you're super stressed about, or do you feel like these are gaps that you can plug?
I am.
Yeah, Ezer, look at that. No phonics skills at all.
Like, when we were going through our fluency words, he'd be like, don't know, don't know, don't know. We got through the whole list of don't know and
Don't
like,
know.
it.
Well, hey, we gotta celebrate what we can celebrate. So where should they be in the, is this their sight words?
Yes.
Okay.
So like, what we decided as a team is if they got 15, like they were good, but I want them to be past 15 still.
Sure. Because they have to get the first 100, right?
Yeah,
so
this is the second list here.
Okay.
Like, and so there was 50, or it's the first and second list, there was 50 words.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there was not 50 words because it was weird. There was 36 words.
36 words. And that's what you're shooting for, but as a team, 15, and then next term you guys are going to exponentially raise that bar.
Already, because like we're focusing a lot on our fluency. So like, if the kids are on row 1, they're doing that as like the besides writing and CBC.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have row 1, row 2, those that are on row 3 and 4, and those that have passed it will get an extension.
Okay.
Beyond it.
Gotcha.
And like my kids are so excited right now. Like Ryan, he like almost has it.
And so
he's
he's
just like,
ready to
test
go.
me again. Test me again.
Let's do it. Well, and then are you finding that the data notebook, the way the first grade has the data notebook, are you seeing challenges, or is that a good thing? Is that
It's good. I
is
haven't
it cumbersome?
like there's I don't know. There's like it's good that there's the repetition in there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, my kids have kind of like gotten like just
They're
writing
bored
my
with that.
sentences
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So like we switch it up sometimes, and I just put other things in there.
Good.
Instead of like doing the exact
Is that
same
one of
thing.
your rotations in centers though?
Yeah.
Is your data notebook, and so you're supplementing that so that you can mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
That works.
Because otherwise, they just kind of like write whatever they want. It's like I can, and then the word, and like that's every single sentence. And, like,
Sounds
that's
like our
not allowed
learning
anymore.
targets. Sounds like our learning targets. Data notebooks, okay. I noticed that you have a practicum student. That is awesome. So you guys are putting him to work on.
So Lydia and Suzanne both have a practicum student, and since row 1 is like the lowest of our group there'll be 3 adults in there that they can really get to work on.
So you're gonna, during the tier 2 time for literacy, both practicum students plus Suzanne will be in there, and we have what, 3 kids per? Not even that.
There's quite a few.
Okay.
But mine, like Ryan's almost there. He has like 1 word. He gets like 1 word left in his 15 seconds. So like they're very close in there. But hopefully we'll have them all over here except for a few within the next 3 weeks.
That's awesome. Now is this is on a Google Doc. I've seen you guys do this. Do I have this shared, or do you guys just have it? Will you double check with that and just see? Yeah, I can't remember if it's shared with me or not. But if you wouldn't mind sharing that. And then is this off of, did you create this? Or?
I just did this one.
Okay.
Because like we couldn't put it in DataWise.
Right.
And
okay.
so I wanted to still be able to see.
Does your team have, did you guys?
They did their own.
They did their own.
Yeah.
Okay, you might want to share that with the team. That's awesome. Well, holy cow, I'm excited. What about your dibbles? Are they, well, is it reflective? Are you seeing the same?
Okay, like, the hard thing is, because there's some things at the beginning of the year that aren't going to be tested in the middle of the year.
Right.
And so
It's
it's
a
like,
target.
we kind of have to like move on.
Mm-hmm. So you're done with nonsense words, right? Because next term, is
Yeah.
the next benchmark they have to do?
Well, they have to do the
Orf.
fluency reading.
Yeah. Yeah, they have
And
to do
so, like, I don't know. There's a few that are definitely going to struggle with that. And I started to introduce, like, that we need to be, like, we're reading, like, just small passages.
Mm-hmm.
And they definitely, like, I
Mm-hmm.
was. Like, we're going to get 5 words within this
Let's
minute.
Go, let's go. Is that going to be something eventually that you guys are going to add to one of these interventions so that you can be ahead of the curve? That way we don't, in January when we get the ORF, we're not going, oh crap, these same kids are, we knew that they would struggle. So if we can get ahead of the curve here, especially where you've only got a couple of kids that are ready to move on, maybe that's an intervention group to consider. Talk to your team about that.
At least during centers, like, these 4 right here, they can, like, they will pass it already.
Right.
Like, when they read it right now.
Is that why they're blue?
Blue's just my class.
Oh, gotcha.
Just so I can
Okay.
see where my class was at. But they will be able to read it. Like, I gave them a passage, and they read the entire passage within the minute. I was like, oh.
Okay.
Well, let's find a second grade passage now.
That's good. Yeah, keep them going. Keep them going. How close are, so which ones are the ones that are not going to pass the ORF?
So,
Those guys?
it's going to be a lot of my ELLs. Briley, she's done very well. Justin, it's like with the word, like being able to realize what the sounds are and read it all together.
Now, is he sped?
No.
Okay.
His brother is.
His brother is.
He does, like, he gets it eventually. It just kind of takes a little bit longer.
So
I don't think he's like on the spectrum there. And like with them, so like my kids that they have not passed off that are very low on my first 100 sight words, they're going to be working with Laura.
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. She'll have each kid.
Okay. For that whole 15 minutes. Nice.
Yeah. And like during that time, because my kids are doing their handwriting practice, I'm going to be reading with my kids. They're kind of like high red that I think could be yellow-green.
And you're using triumphs with that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So like Monday, it's completely Jaden, then Kimberly on Tuesday, Riley on Wednesday, Michael Thursday, and Justin's Friday.
Okay, so and while you're doing that, the rest of the kids are doing their handwriting and writing stuff?
Yeah.
Sweet. I like how you're squeezing that in. Holy cow. So from 8:40 when the bell rings to 9. And you have, is this mine?
Yes.
Okay, great. Holy cow. Okay, what do you need from me? Do you need any more assistance? Do you need more aids? Do you need me to do some more fluency work? Do you feel like you have them covered?
I think it's good. Like, I just got Laura coming in, the extra, like, that just started a week ago.
Okay.
And so that's going to help a lot. And I think also, like, because with my kids that are, like, high, I want them to be able to, like, move on.
Going, yeah.
So, like, on Thursdays, for that whole 30 minutes, she's just going to pull them, and they're going to work on extended story problems together.
And is that these same four, or is it a different four?
It is those same
It is those four. So like, they're just kind of high all around.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that
and
we're
then
making...
on like Tuesdays and during reading, because like they get what we do, like main idea, and so during centers we're just gonna do writing on Tuesday, like when they're with me.
Okay. Cool.
Instead of like, okay, let's read the book again. And they're like,
really?
So like we're just gonna do something different.
And then will the writing be centered on main idea? They already got it.
That
so
I want them to move to a paragraph.
Cool.
Just being able to write that, and like I know when I teach this whole group, like they'll already have it, but they can just keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. And they can start doing summaries when you're doing main idea with those guys, or doing paragraphs. What quarter is summary?
I think it's third.
Third or fourth quarter, that's what I can say. Okay. Well, whatever you need, sister.
Okay.
I'm here. I can keep this stuff?
Yep, this is yours.
Okay. Nice job.
Okay. Thanks.
Wow, look at that. 30 minutes.
Nice.
You're a rock star. I might be using this video as an example.
Oh, great.
It was good. I mean,
Forgot you were even videoing.
I know. No, you did not. This is nice. Make sure you show your team this.
Okay.
Did you show them?
I kind of showed them.
Okay.
And that's yours.
Oh, because you're presenting.
Breakfast, yeah.
I ran into my parents' house when I dropped off the girls, and I had to grab one of those fig bars there. I was like, I'm so hungry. I go tearing in. My dad goes, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm just freaking hungry. He goes, Guy, you live 5 blocks away. I'm like, I know, but now I'm hungry. Okay.